In an emergency, seconds can mean the difference between life and death. But in many parts of the country, time is lost when the caller is using a cell phone and the 911 operator can't easily determine their location. Now, a small startup company is quietly revolutionizing the emergency response system to address these flaws. Jamie Yuccas has the story.
It can happen in an instant.
Is everybody out of the water, do you know?
No, they're not. They're screaming for people in the water.
Every day, more than 600,000 people call 911, many in desperate need of help.
Someone just kidnapped a girl on campus with a gun.
Yet the 911 network often falls short when it's needed most because it was built some 70 years ago for landlines. Today, about 80% of calls come from cell phones.
What's the address of your emergency?
I'm actually driving. My wife is in labor.
Locating a mobile phone is based on cell tower triangulation. If a phone can connect with multiple towers, a location can be determined within an area of about 3/4 of a mile.
It's something all of us just take for granted, that this system just works. And minutes, seconds really matter in an emergency.
Michael Martin learned firsthand how the outdated infrastructure can impact a crisis when he was mugged in New York City about 7 years ago. The 911 network could not pinpoint his exact location.
I started out working in venture capital and was just blown away by all the different ways we were using technology to better deliver alcohol or stream music. But when I needed an ambulance, there's just basically no ability to get help.
So he launched a startup called Rapid SOS and spent 6 years creating technology that's transforming emergency communication.
We were so fortunate that this community would work with these computer nerds on how can we solve this problem.
911 emergency operative 122.
The Emergency Response Center in Los Angeles was among the first to adopt Rapid SOS. Now they locate a cell phone caller within seconds.
If somebody's in the middle of a domestic violence incident, it's sometimes hard to even call.
And then sometimes they can't speak, so all they can do is dial and leave an open line, and all you hear is arguing. In the end, what we want is a location to send the police to get help to them.
And this has changed that.
Yes, definitely.
911 emergency operator 889.
The FCC estimates over 10,000 lives a year could be saved if we could just more accurately locate people in an emergency.
Michael Bachnieres loves fishing from his kayak near Clearwater, Florida. But last month, as he was pulling up anchor, the kayak turned over and his legs became tangled in rope.
I was stranded out there. I couldn't get my kayak flipped back over. I tried. It was impossible, and I was in total shock. Water was only 56 degrees, and at that point, I had to think of what to do.
Bachnieres keeps his phone in a waterproof pouch, so he called 911. He says Rapid SOS saved his life.
I heard 911 telling a helicopter my coordinates, and they knew exactly where to find me.
Partnering with companies like Apple, Google, and Uber allows Rapid SOS to offer their location data enhancement to all emergency call centers for free.
It's just hard to picture how intense this job is until you've been there and listened in on one of these calls.
The new technology is now live in 911 call centers covering more than 65% of the population. But that still leaves millions of Americans at risk.
We just want to make sure that every 911 center is aware this technology exists, it's free, and it's ready today to help you save those lives.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, Jamie Yuccas, Los Angeles.
Tony has a theory.
Well, I'm happy that this has come along. I mean, 10,000 lives a year, and if they can deliver a car or a burrito to your house, they should be able to get an ambulance.
Yeah, you
too.
think so. And the work that these people do, these emergency responders, it's so important, and they need all the help they can get. I mean, the scenario the woman described, a lot of times you get a phone call, and the people can't even speak. They're in the middle of arguing or whatever. So being able to get a location immediately just changes the whole game.
Total game changer.